Saudi Arabia is often associated with endless deserts, oil wealth, and some of the world's holiest cities. Yet that picture tells only part of the story. Behind those familiar images stands a country where ancient civilizations and ambitious modern projects exist side by side. It is a place where 2,000-year-old monuments stand only hours away from cities shaping the future of the Middle East. Understanding Saudi Arabia means looking beyond first impressions and exploring the landscapes that shaped its history. In the desert of AlUla, entire mountains were transformed into monumental tombs nearly 2,000 years ago. Along the Red Sea coast, coral stone houses have protected generations from heat, wind, and time. Every year, millions of pilgrims travel to Mecca, making it one of the largest annual gatherings on Earth. Far beyond the cities, the empty quarter stretches across the horizon as the largest continuous sand desert on Earth. In Riyadh, modern architecture now rises beside historic landmarks that witness the birth of today's kingdom. Together, these places reveal a country where history, faith, nature, and innovation continue to shape one another. What has allowed ancient civilizations, sacred traditions, and bold new ambitions to exist side by side in the same country? Join us as we journey across Saudi Arabia to explore the landscapes, history, and people that continue to shape this remarkable nation. Our journey begins in AlUla, an oasis in northwestern Saudi Arabia, surrounded by dramatic sandstone mountains and vast desert plains. Located between the Red Sea and the heart of the Arabian Peninsula, AlUla has long connected travelers crossing the desert. Reliable groundwater and fertile soil made this valley a natural stopping point for caravans traveling across Arabia. For thousands of years, merchants, pilgrims, and explorers arrived here before continuing their journeys across the region. Rising from the desert floor, Hegra appears almost untouched by time. Its towering sandstone cliffs conceal one of Arabia's greatest archaeological treasures. More than 100 monumental tombs were carved directly into these cliffs nearly 2,000 years ago. Each facade was carefully shaped from solid rock, requiring remarkable precision long before modern construction tools existed. Among them stands Qasr al-Farid, perhaps the most recognizable monument in AlUla, carved from a single isolated rock. Unlike the other tombs, it was left unfinished, allowing archaeologists to study how Nabatean craftsmen shaped these remarkable monuments. The builders worked from the top downward, reducing the risk of damaging the intricate facade below. Every doorway, column, and inscription reflects a blend of local traditions and influences from across the ancient world. Today, Hegra stands not only as an archaeological site, but as a remarkable record of a civilization that once connected continents through trade. The story of Hegra begins with the Nabateans, an Arab civilization that flourished across the deserts of the Middle East more than 2,000 years ago. Rather than building their wealth through conquest, they mastered the trade routes that linked southern Arabia with the Mediterranean world. Caravans transported frankincense, myrrh, spices, textiles, and precious metals across thousands of kilometers of desert. AlUla became one of the most valuable stops along this journey because fresh water could always be found here. Water meant life. It allowed merchants to rest, replenish their supplies, and prepare for the next stage of the crossing. As trade expanded, Hegra grew into a thriving city where cultures, languages, and ideas met in the middle of the desert. The wealth created by this trade made it possible to construct the monumental tombs that still define Hegra today. These monuments were more than places of burial. They reflected status, prosperity, and the artistic achievements of an entire civilization. During the 1st century CE, Hegra became the southern capital of the Nabatean kingdom, second only to Petra in importance. Its location allowed the Nabateans to control one of the most valuable trade networks of the ancient world. But prosperity rarely lasts forever. In 106 CE, the Roman Empire annexed the Nabatean kingdom. Roman rule brought stability, but it also redirected commerce toward new routes and growing coastal ports. As fewer caravans crossed the desert, Hegra gradually lost the economic importance that had once sustained it. Over the centuries, the city was slowly reclaimed by silence, wind, and drifting sand. Although local communities never forgot these remarkable cliffs, Hegra remained largely unknown to the outside world for generations. Today, archaeologists continue to uncover new inscriptions, artifacts, and clues that deepen our understanding of the people who once lived here. One of Hegra's greatest engineering achievements was not only what the Nabateans built, but how they built it. Instead of stacking stone blocks, craftsmen carved each facade directly from the living rock. Archaeologists believe they worked from the top downward, reducing the risk of damaging the finished sections below. Even a small mistake could have ruined months of careful work, making precision essential at every stage. The soft sandstone was easier to carve than granite, yet durable enough to preserve remarkable details for centuries. The desert climate also played an important role. Low rainfall and limited vegetation slowed the natural erosion of these monuments. Many inscriptions carved beside the entrances still survive, providing valuable records of names, families, and ownership. Together, these details allow researchers to reconstruct daily life in one of Arabia's most sophisticated ancient communities. Life in AlUla depended on careful water management. Every drop had to be collected, stored, and shared across the oasis. Natural springs were connected to a network of channels that supplied farms, homes, and travelers throughout the valley. This reliable water supply transformed an isolated desert valley into a thriving center of agriculture and commerce. Recent archaeological surveys continue to uncover ancient homes, wells, and workshops hidden beneath layers of sand. Laser scanning and digital mapping now preserve every monument in extraordinary detail for future generations. These technologies help experts monitor erosion, record inscriptions, and discover details invisible to the naked eye. Every new discovery adds another piece to the story of a civilization that once connected distant cultures across the Arabian desert. Although many questions remain unanswered, Hegra continues to reveal new evidence about the people who transformed this desert oasis into a remarkable crossroads of the ancient world. Visiting Hegra today begins at the AlUla Visitor Center, where guided tours help protect this fragile archaeological landscape. Because Hegra is a protected heritage site, access is carefully managed to preserve its monuments for future generations. The cooler months, from late autumn through early spring, offer the most comfortable conditions for exploring the valley. Sunrise and sunset reveal the landscape at its most dramatic, as changing light transforms the colors of the sandstone cliffs. Beyond Hegra, AlUla offers hiking trails, desert adventures, and quiet viewpoints that reveal the scale of this extraordinary landscape. Just a short drive away, Elephant Rock rises naturally from the desert, reminding visitors that nature has shaped this region for millions of years. As night falls, the desert sky becomes another attraction, with remarkably clear views of countless stars above the quiet valley. AlUla is more than an ancient destination. It is a place where history, geology, and human achievement continue to meet beneath the open desert sky. Leaving the sandstone valleys of AlUla behind, our journey continues west to the shores of the Red Sea, where the city of Jeddah has welcomed travelers for centuries. Stretching along Saudi Arabia's western coast, Jeddah has long served as one of the country's most important ports. Its location connected Africa, Asia, and the Arabian Peninsula, making the city a natural crossroads for trade and culture. For countless merchants and pilgrims arriving by sea, Jeddah was the first glimpse of Arabia and the beginning of an unforgettable journey. At the heart of Old Jeddah lies Al-Balad, a historic district where narrow streets preserve the character of a city shaped by centuries of commerce. Many of these remarkable buildings were constructed from coral stone, a material gathered from the nearby reefs of the Red Sea. Large wooden balconies, known as rawashin, shaded homes from the intense summer sun while allowing fresh air to circulate through the rooms. Their elegant design combined beauty with practical engineering, helping families stay comfortable long before electricity or air conditioning existed. Walking through Al-Balad feels like stepping into a living museum, where centuries-old buildings continue to serve shops, cafes, and family homes. In recognition of its cultural importance, historic Jeddah was inscribed as a UNESCO World Heritage Site in 2014. Just beyond the Old City, the Red Sea Corniche offers a completely different view of modern Jeddah. Families gather along the waterfront each evening as the heat begins to fade and the sea breeze fills the air. Rising above the shoreline, the King Fahd Fountain sends seawater more than 300 meters into the sky. It remains one of the tallest fountains in the world, powered by seawater drawn directly from the Red Sea. Beneath the surface of these waters lies another world, where coral reefs support one of the richest marine ecosystems in the region. From its historic streets to its modern waterfront, Jeddah reveals how tradition and progress continue to grow side by side. Long before modern skyscrapers lined the waterfront, Jeddah began as a small fishing settlement along the Red Sea. Its sheltered coastline offered a safe harbor where sailors could rest before continuing their voyages across the region. As maritime trade expanded, merchants from Africa, India, Persia, and the Mediterranean began arriving with goods, ideas, and traditions. These encounters gradually shaped Jeddah into one of the most culturally diverse cities on the Arabian Peninsula. In the 7th century, Jeddah took on a new role when it became the main seaport for pilgrims traveling to Mecca. For many travelers, this was their first step onto the Arabian Peninsula after weeks or even months at sea. From the harbor, long caravans carried pilgrims across the desert toward the holy city of Mecca. For centuries, this journey made Jeddah not only a center of commerce, but also a gateway of faith for millions of people. As Jeddah's importance grew, protecting the city became increasingly necessary. Strong defensive walls were built to guard its people and its harbor. Several gates controlled access to the city, opening each morning and closing again after sunset. During the Ottoman period, Jeddah became one of the empire's most important ports on the Red Sea. New trade connections brought coffee, textiles, spices, ceramics, and ideas from across 3 continents. By the 20th century, steamships had replaced many traditional sailing vessels, transforming the pace of travel across the Red Sea. As Saudi Arabia developed, Jeddah expanded beyond its historic walls into a modern coastal metropolis. Yet even as the city grew, the historic district remained a reminder of the generations who built Jeddah's identity through trade, hospitality, and cultural exchange. Today, Jeddah continues to welcome visitors from around the world, carrying forward a tradition that began on these shores many centuries ago. One of Jeddah's most distinctive building materials came from the sea itself. Many historic homes were constructed using blocks of fossilized coral stone. Coral stone is lighter than many other types of rock, making it easier to shape while still providing good insulation against the desert heat. Builders combined coral stone with limestone and timber to create homes designed for both strength and comfort. The famous wooden balconies, known as rawashin, were more than decorative features. They were carefully designed to improve everyday life. Their carved screens reduced direct sunlight while allowing cooling sea breezes to flow naturally through the rooms. This passive cooling system helped families stay comfortable for centuries without electricity or mechanical air conditioning. Many homes also featured high ceilings and central courtyards, allowing hot air to rise while cooler air circulated below. Together, these ideas created an architecture perfectly adapted to the climate of the Red Sea coast. Just beyond Jeddah's shoreline lies one of the world's most remarkable marine environments, the Red Sea. Its waters are naturally warmer and saltier than many other tropical seas, creating conditions that few marine species can tolerate. Yet many coral reefs here have adapted to these conditions over thousands of years, making them especially valuable to marine scientists. Researchers are studying these resilient corals to better understand how reefs around the world might respond to a warming climate. The Red Sea also supports hundreds of fish species, sea turtles, dolphins, and seasonal visitors such as whale sharks. Protecting these ecosystems has become an increasingly important part of Saudi Arabia's environmental conservation efforts. On land, restoration projects continue to preserve historic Jeddah while carefully protecting its original architecture and cultural identity. Together, these efforts reflect a broader commitment to preserving both the natural and cultural heritage that defines Jeddah today. For many visitors, exploring Jeddah begins in Al-Balad, where the city's history can best be experienced on foot. The quiet streets reveal architectural details that are easily missed when viewed from a distance. Museums, cultural centers, and restored merchant houses provide a deeper understanding of the city's maritime past. As the afternoon heat fades, the Corniche becomes one of the city's most popular gathering places. The waterfront offers uninterrupted views of the Red Sea, where changing light transforms the coastline throughout the day. Those interested in marine life can also discover the Red Sea through guided diving and snorkeling excursions in nearby reef areas. Respect for local customs remains an important part of every visit, especially in historic neighborhoods and public spaces. Jeddah offers more than beautiful coastlines or historic streets. It reveals how centuries of trade, faith, and cultural exchange continue to shape life along the shores of the Red Sea. From the shores of the Red Sea, our journey turns inland toward 2 cities that have shaped the spiritual lives of Muslims for more than 14 centuries. Mecca and Medina are not only places on a map, they are destinations of profound religious significance for nearly 2 billion Muslims around the world. Every year, millions of people travel across continents to reach these sacred cities, continuing a tradition that spans generations. While each city has its own unique history, together they stand at the heart of the Islamic world. At the center of Mecca stands the Grand Mosque, home to the Kaaba, the direction toward which Muslims face during their daily prayers. 5 times each day, this single point connects Muslim communities across every continent through prayer. The annual Hajj pilgrimage is one of the largest peaceful gatherings anywhere in the world. For those who are able, completing Hajj at least once in a lifetime is considered one of the 5 pillars of Islam. Around 450 kilometers to the north lies Medina, a city deeply connected to the early history of Islam and the life of the Prophet Muhammad. At its heart stands Al-Masjid an-Nabawi, known in English as the Prophet's Mosque, one of the most significant places in the Islamic world. The mosque has expanded dramatically over the centuries, yet it continues to preserve its historical and spiritual importance. During the hottest hours of the day, giant retractable umbrellas unfold across the courtyards, providing shade for thousands of worshippers. Beyond their striking appearance, these structures help regulate temperature and improve comfort in Medina's desert climate. Millions of visitors travel to Medina each year, seeking knowledge, reflection, and a deeper connection with Islamic history. Although Mecca and Medina serve different roles, together they form the spiritual heart of the Islamic world. Their influence extends far beyond Saudi Arabia, shaping faith, culture, scholarship, and community across generations. Long before the rise of Islam, Mecca was already an important settlement along the trade routes of Western Arabia. Caravans traveling between southern Arabia and the Mediterranean often stopped here to exchange goods, supplies, and information. In the early 7th century, Mecca became the birthplace of a movement that would profoundly influence world history. As the new faith spread, its earliest followers faced increasing opposition within the city. In 622 CE, many members of the early Muslim community left Mecca and traveled north to the oasis city of Yathrib, later known as Medina. This migration, known as the Hijra, marks the beginning of the Islamic calendar and remains one of the defining moments in Islamic history. In Medina, a new community took shape, bringing together people from different tribes under a shared system of cooperation and responsibility. The city's role in these events established Medina as one of the most significant centers in the history of Islam. A few years after the Hijra, Mecca peacefully became part of the growing Muslim community, marking a major turning point in the history of the Arabian Peninsula. As Islam spread beyond Arabia, the number of pilgrims traveling to Mecca continued to increase with each passing century. Pilgrims crossed deserts, sailed across seas, and traveled for months to complete a journey they often prepared for over many years. Along these routes, caravans arise, wells, and trading towns supported generations of travelers on their way to the holy cities. Advances in transportation gradually transformed the pilgrimage from a journey of months into one that many people can now complete within days. To accommodate growing numbers of pilgrims, both Mecca and Medina expanded significantly while preserving their central religious importance. Today, these cities receive visitors from nearly every nation, reflecting the global diversity of the Muslim community. Despite centuries of change, the journey to Mecca and Medina continues to connect millions of people with a tradition that has endured for more than 1,400 years. 5 times each day, Muslims around the world pray facing the Kaaba, creating a shared direction of worship across continents. This direction, known as the Qibla, is determined with remarkable accuracy using astronomy, geography, and modern satellite technology. Throughout history, scholars relied on the stars, the position of the sun, and careful mathematical calculations to determine this direction. Today, smartphones and navigation systems can calculate the Qibla almost instantly from nearly anywhere on Earth. During the annual Hajj, millions of pilgrims move through a carefully planned schedule designed to keep the pilgrimage organized and safe. Managing an event of this scale requires thousands of staff, extensive transportation networks, and continuous coordination. Advanced monitoring systems help track crowd movement in real time, allowing organizers to respond quickly to changing conditions. Behind every pilgrimage season is years of planning that combines engineering, technology, and international cooperation. One of Medina's most recognizable engineering features is the vast system of retractable umbrellas that covers the courtyards of the Prophet's Mosque. Each umbrella opens and closes through a computerized mechanical system, helping protect visitors from the intense desert sun. Their design also improves air circulation, reducing heat across the marble courtyards during the hottest hours of the day. Across both holy cities, carefully planned transportation systems help millions of visitors move safely between key locations. High-speed rail now links Mecca and Medina, reducing a journey that once took days across the desert to just a few hours. Massive cooling systems, water networks, and public services operate continuously to support visitors throughout the year. Preserving sacred places while expanding modern infrastructure remains one of the region's greatest long-term challenges. Together, history, architecture, and technology continue to shape the experience of millions who travel to Mecca and Medina each year. For visitors to Saudi Arabia, understanding the significance of Mecca and Medina begins with learning their history and respecting their traditions. Medina welcomes visitors of different backgrounds to many public areas, where its architecture and history can be appreciated with respect for local customs. Mecca follows special access regulations, with entry to the holy city restricted to Muslims, reflecting its unique religious importance. Across Saudi Arabia, museums, heritage centers, and cultural institutions help explain the history of these sacred places to international audiences. Respect for local customs, appropriate clothing, and awareness of cultural traditions help create a meaningful experience for every visitor. Beyond their remarkable architecture, Mecca and Medina invite reflection on centuries of history, faith, and cultural exchange. Whether viewed through history, engineering, or culture, these cities continue to inspire curiosity and understanding around the world. From the birthplace of Islam to one of history's greatest pilgrimage traditions, Mecca and Medina remain enduring symbols of Saudi Arabia's living heritage. Leaving the holy cities behind, our journey continues into a landscape unlike any other, a sea of sand stretching beyond the horizon. This is the Empty Quarter, known in Arabic as Rub al-Khali, the largest continuous sand desert on Earth. Covering roughly 650,000 square kilometers, the desert stretches across Saudi Arabia, Oman, the United Arab Emirates, and Yemen. Despite its harsh environment, this immense wilderness has shaped the history, culture, and survival of Arabia for thousands of years. Some dunes here rise more than 250 meters, towering higher than many city skyscrapers. Winds constantly reshape the landscape, moving millions of tons of sand into new formations every year. From above, the dunes resemble giant waves frozen in time across an endless ocean of sand. Sunrise and sunset transform the desert every hour, painting the sand with changing shades of gold, orange, and deep red. Rain is extremely rare, yet when it arrives, parts of the desert briefly burst into life with flowers and seasonal grasses. Hidden beneath these sands lie ancient landscapes, including dried riverbeds that once carried flowing water across Arabia. Modern satellites continue to uncover traces of forgotten lakes and ancient migration routes concealed beneath the desert. What appears empty today preserves a remarkable record of Earth's changing climate and humanity's distant past. For thousands of years, the Empty Quarter stood as one of the greatest natural barriers on the Arabian Peninsula. Only experienced desert travelers knew how to navigate its shifting sands, using stars, landmarks, and generations of inherited knowledge. Among them were the Bedouins, whose deep understanding of the desert made survival possible in one of the world's harshest environments. They knew where seasonal water could sometimes be found, how to read the wind, and how to travel safely across the dunes. Stories of hidden oases and lost cities fueled legends that spread far beyond the Arabian Peninsula. While many of these tales remain unverified, archaeology continues to reveal evidence of ancient settlements along the desert's edges. These discoveries suggest that parts of Arabia were once far greener than the vast desert we see today. Beneath the sand lies a hidden record of changing climates that stretches back tens of thousands of years. For centuries, the Empty Quarter remained one of the least explored regions on Earth, with only fragments of its vast interior appearing on early maps. In the 20th century, explorers began documenting routes across the desert, revealing landscapes few outsiders had ever witnessed. Their journals described towering dunes, extreme temperatures, and journeys where every drop of water had to be carefully planned. These expeditions transformed the Empty Quarter from a mysterious blank space into one of the world's best-studied great deserts. Scientists now use satellites, drones, and ground surveys to study the movement of sand, ancient landscapes, and changing climate. Every new discovery helps reconstruct a time when rivers flowed across Arabia and wildlife roamed landscapes that are now covered by sand. The empty quarter is no longer viewed as an empty wasteland, but as a vast archive preserving clues to Earth's environmental history. What once challenged explorers now continues to inspire scientists seeking to understand both the past and the future of our planet. Although the empty quarter appears motionless, its landscape is constantly changing under the force of the wind. Individual grains of sand are lifted, carried, and deposited again, slowly reshaping entire dunes over months and years. Different wind directions create a remarkable variety of dune shapes, including long linear ridges, towering star dunes, and graceful crescent formations. Some of the tallest dunes continue to grow as seasonal winds deliver fresh sand from across the surrounding desert. Surface temperatures can exceed 70 degrees Celsius under direct sunlight, creating one of the harshest environments on the planet. Yet after sunset, the dry desert air allows heat to escape rapidly, and temperatures can fall dramatically before dawn. These extreme daily temperature swings challenge every living organism that calls the desert home. Survival here depends not on strength alone, but on remarkable adaptations refined over thousands of generations. Beneath the endless dunes lie ancient aquifers, storing groundwater that accumulated during much wetter periods thousands of years ago. Geological evidence suggests that parts of the Arabian Peninsula once contained rivers, lakes, and grasslands very different from today's desert. Sediment layers preserved beneath the sand allow scientists to reconstruct how the region's climate changed over tens of thousands of years. Fossils, pollen, and mineral deposits provide valuable clues about ecosystems that disappeared long before recorded history. Satellite imaging and remote sensing continue to reveal buried river channels hidden beneath hundreds of meters of sand. These discoveries are helping researchers better understand the long history of climate change across the Arabian Peninsula. Far from being empty, the Rub al Khali preserves one of the richest geological archives in the Middle East. Every grain of sand tells part of a story that stretches from ancient rivers to the changing climate of the modern world. Experiencing the empty quarter begins with understanding that this is one of the world's most extreme natural environments, where preparation is essential. Most expeditions travel with experienced local guides who understand the terrain, weather, and ever-changing patterns of the sand. At sunrise, the first light reveals countless ridges and valleys, transforming the desert into a landscape of shifting shadows. As evening approaches, the desert becomes remarkably quiet, with only the sound of the wind moving across the dunes. Far from city lights, the night sky reveals thousands of stars, offering some of the clearest views of the Milky Way. Every journey through this desert depends on careful planning, reliable equipment, and deep respect for the environment. Those who venture here discover not only extraordinary landscapes, but also the remarkable silence that defines the empty quarter. From ancient rivers hidden beneath the dunes to endless horizons shaped by the wind, the empty quarter reminds us that even the quietest places on Earth have extraordinary stories to tell. Our journey ends in Riyadh, the capital of Saudi Arabia and the political, economic, and cultural center of the kingdom. Located on the Najd Plateau in the heart of the Arabian Peninsula, Riyadh has grown from a small oasis settlement into one of the Middle East's largest cities. Today, more than 7 million people live here, making Riyadh a city where tradition and innovation meet every day. From ancient mud brick fortresses to futuristic skyscrapers, Riyadh reflects the remarkable transformation of modern Saudi Arabia. Towering above the city is the Kingdom Center, one of Riyadh's most recognizable architectural landmarks. Its distinctive sky bridge offers sweeping views across a city that continues to expand into the surrounding desert. Nearby, the King Abdullah Financial District represents Saudi Arabia's growing role as a regional center for business and investment. Innovative architecture throughout the district combines advanced engineering with designs adapted to the desert climate. Yet only a short distance away stands Diriyah, the birthplace of the first Saudi state and one of the kingdom's most important heritage sites. Restored mud brick buildings preserve centuries of history while welcoming visitors from around the world. Together, Riyadh and Diriyah reveal how the kingdom balances rapid development with the preservation of its cultural heritage. Few places illustrate Saudi Arabia's past, present, and future as clearly as the capital itself. Long before Riyadh became a modern capital, settlements flourished around natural wells and fertile land in the Najd Plateau. These early communities depended on groundwater, trade, and agriculture to survive in the heart of the Arabian Peninsula. Nearby Diriyah gradually emerged as an influential center, becoming the capital of the first Saudi state in the 18th century. From this historic settlement, political alliances and regional leadership helped shape the future of the Arabian Peninsula. During the 20th century, Riyadh became the administrative center of the modern Kingdom of Saudi Arabia. As infrastructure expanded, roads, schools, hospitals, and public institutions transformed the city's role within the nation. Economic development accelerated as new industries, businesses, and public services attracted people from across the country. Within just a few generations, Riyadh evolved from a regional town into one of the Middle East's leading metropolitan centers. During the late 20th century, Riyadh expanded far beyond its historic neighborhoods as new districts spread across the surrounding plateau. Wide boulevards, modern infrastructure, and carefully planned districts reshaped the city into a major regional capital. Universities, research centers, and technology industries have become increasingly important in supporting the city's long-term development. Major investments in public transportation are creating new connections across one of the fastest-growing cities in the region. Urban planners are working to expand parks, public spaces, and tree planting while adapting the city to its desert environment. Across the capital, restoration projects continue to preserve historic districts alongside modern development. Riyadh continues to evolve as a city that reflects both the kingdom's heritage and its ambitions for the future. Its story is still being written, shaped by millions of people contributing to the next chapter of Saudi Arabia's development. Building a modern city in the desert requires solutions that balance rapid growth with one of the world's harshest climates. Architects increasingly use shaded streets, reflective materials, and energy-efficient designs to reduce heat throughout the city. Urban planners are expanding green spaces to improve air quality, reduce surface temperatures, and create more comfortable public environments. Water remains one of the city's most valuable resources, supported by advanced treatment, recycling, and distribution systems. Smart technologies help monitor traffic, manage public services, and improve the efficiency of everyday urban life. New metro lines provide an alternative to road travel, connecting residential neighborhoods with business and cultural districts. Large infrastructure projects are designed not only for today's population, but also for the generations who will live here in the future. Every new district reflects an ongoing effort to build a city that is more connected, resilient, and sustainable. As Riyadh continues to expand, improving energy efficiency has become an important part of designing new buildings and public infrastructure. Engineers increasingly combine traditional climate-conscious design with modern technology to create more comfortable urban environments. Historic districts such as Diriyah continue to be carefully preserved, ensuring that centuries of heritage remain part of the city's identity. Museums, cultural institutions, and public spaces help connect younger generations with the history of the Arabian Peninsula. Riyadh also serves as a center for education, government, business, and scientific research, bringing together people from across the kingdom and beyond. Its continued development reflects the challenge of preserving cultural identity while adapting to the demands of a rapidly changing world. Riyadh's story demonstrates how cities can evolve while remaining connected to the landscapes and traditions that shaped their beginnings. In every direction, the capital reflects a nation balancing history, innovation, and the possibilities of the future. Exploring Riyadh is as much about discovering its history as experiencing the rhythm of a city that continues to reinvent itself. Walking through Diriyah offers a glimpse into the origins of the kingdom, where restored mud brick streets preserve centuries of Arabian heritage. From observation decks high above the skyline, the vast scale of Riyadh reveals how dramatically the city has grown within a single lifetime. Museums, galleries, and public spaces invite visitors to explore the many stories that have shaped Saudi Arabia's past and present. As evening falls, the city's illuminated skyline reflects both its remarkable transformation and the ambitions that continue to shape its future. From ancient desert settlements to one of the Middle East's largest capitals, every chapter of this journey reveals a different side of Saudi Arabia. Together, these landscapes tell a story of resilience, cultural exchange, scientific discovery, and constant renewal across the Arabian Peninsula. Saudi Arabia is far more than endless desert. It is a land where ancient civilizations, living traditions, and modern innovation continue to shape one of the world's most fascinating countries. Every destination has a story waiting to be discovered, and every journey offers a new way to understand our world. Thank you for traveling across Saudi Arabia with us, from ancient tombs and sacred cities to endless deserts and modern skylines. If you enjoyed this journey, there are many more remarkable places still waiting to be explored. Subscribe for more cinematic journeys that reveal the history, science, culture, and natural wonders of our extraordinary planet.